Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. They serve as the foundation upon which trust and respect are built. Without boundaries, relationships can become strained and unhealthy. They are the invisible lines we draw to protect ourselves. These lines help us maintain our personal space and emotional well-being. By setting boundaries, we create a safe space for ourselves and others. Boundaries define what we will and will not accept from others. They help us communicate our limits and expectations clearly. This clarity prevents misunderstandings and conflicts. They are crucial for our well-being. Boundaries allow us to take time for ourselves, to recharge and reflect. They give us the space to grow and thrive. Having clear boundaries is vital for self-respect. When we set boundaries, we show that we value ourselves and our needs. This self-respect is the cornerstone of a healthy self-image. When we set boundaries, we communicate our needs and values. This communication is essential for building strong, respectful relationships. It helps others understand us better and fosters mutual respect. This shows others that we value ourselves and our time. By prioritizing our needs, we demonstrate that we are in control of our lives. This self-assurance is empowering. It demonstrates self-awareness and strength. Boundaries are not selfish. They are a necessary part of self-care. By setting boundaries, we acknowledge our limits and take responsibility for our well-being. They are a way of taking care of ourselves. Self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Boundaries help us ensure that we have the time and space to care for ourselves. When we take care of ourselves, we are better able to care for others. By setting boundaries, we ensure that we have the energy and resources to support those we love. Boundaries help us to avoid resentment and burnout. They allow us to manage our time and energy effectively. Without boundaries, we risk overextending ourselves and becoming overwhelmed. By establishing clear boundaries, we create a space of respect. This space allows for open and honest communication. It fosters trust and understanding in our relationships. This applies to all relationships, romantic, familial, and platonic. Boundaries are essential in every aspect of our lives. They help us navigate our interactions with others in a healthy and respectful way. Boundaries are fundamental to healthy and fulfilling interactions. They allow us to connect with others in a meaningful way. By respecting our own boundaries and those of others, we create a harmonious and supportive environment. Identifying personal limits is crucial for setting effective boundaries. It's the first step towards a balanced and fulfilling life. This involves understanding what you like, dislike, and your absolute deal breakers. Take time to write these down and reflect on them. Start by reflecting on past experiences. Think about the moments that left a significant impact on you. Think about situations where you felt uncomfortable, disrespected, or taken advantage of. These moments are key to understanding your limits. What were the common threads? Was it a particular type of behavior or a specific environment? Perhaps it was someone constantly demanding your time or disrespecting your opinions. Recognizing these patterns is essential. Once you identify these triggers, you can start defining your boundaries. Clearly outline what is acceptable and what is not. If someone consistently disrespects your time, a boundary might be requiring them to schedule appointments with you. This helps manage your time effectively. Remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-care. It's about prioritizing your well-being and mental health. It's about honoring your needs and values. When you respect yourself, others are more likely to respect you too. By understanding your limits, you empower yourself to create healthy and respectful relationships. This leads to a more harmonious and satisfying life. Embrace the process of knowing your limits. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth. The more you practice, the better you become at it. Ultimately, knowing your limits allows you to live authentically and with integrity. It's a powerful tool for personal empowerment and happiness. Setting boundaries is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. It's a journey that requires patience and self-awareness. It requires practice and consistency. Just like any other skill, the more you practice, the better you become at it. Start by choosing a comfortable and safe environment to communicate your boundaries. This could be a quiet room at home, a peaceful park, or even a private office space. When you initiate the conversation, be calm, clear, and respectful. Approach the discussion with an open mind and a willingness to listen. Use I statements to express your needs and feelings. This helps to avoid placing blame and keeps the focus on your own experiences. For example, instead of saying you're always late, try I feel disrespected when I am kept waiting. This way, you communicate your feelings without accusing the other person. Be direct and assertive, but avoid being aggressive. Assertiveness is about standing up for yourself while still respecting others. Remember, the goal is to communicate your boundaries, not to control the other person's behavior. It's about mutual respect and understanding. Clarity is key to ensuring your message is understood. Be specific about what you need and why it's important to you. Setting boundaries can be challenging at first, but it becomes easier with practice. Don't be discouraged if it feels difficult initially. Stay true to yourself and don't be afraid to adjust your boundaries as needed. Personal growth often involves reassessing and redefining your limits. Reflect on your experiences regularly. Journaling or meditating can help you understand your feelings and make necessary adjustments. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take towards setting and maintaining boundaries is a step towards a healthier, more respectful relationship with yourself and others. Communicating boundaries clearly and respectfully is vital for their effectiveness. Avoid being vague or passive-aggressive. Direct communication is crucial for understanding. Use assertive language while maintaining a calm and respectful tone. For instance, you can say, "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm not comfortable discussing this topic." When communicating boundaries, focus on the behavior, not the person. Instead of saying "you're always so negative," try "I find it draining to be around negativity. Could we talk about something more positive?" Remember, communicating your boundaries is an act of self-respect. It's about honoring your needs and ensuring your well-being. Section 5. Respectful resistance. Expect resistance when you start setting boundaries, especially if others are used to you not having any. It's natural for people to test the waters. Stay firm and consistent with your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. The more you enforce them, the more others will learn to respect them. Don't get caught up in arguments or debates about your boundaries. You don't need to justify your needs or feelings. Simply restate your boundary calmly and clearly. It's okay to walk away from situations where your boundaries are not being respected. You have the right to protect your space and well-being. Section 6. The art of saying no. Saying no is a powerful act of self-care. It's okay to decline requests, invitations, or demands that don't align with your boundaries or values. When you say no, be concise and firm, but avoid being rude. A simple "thank you for the offer, but I'm unable to commit right now" is often sufficient. Don't feel obligated to provide lengthy explanations or excuses. Your time and energy are valuable, and you have the right to protect them. Practice saying no in low-stakes situations to build your confidence. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Section 7. Navigating pushback with grace. Even with clear communication, you might encounter pushback. People may guilt trip, minimize, or ignore your boundaries. Stay strong and remember your worth. Respond to guilt trips with empathy, but remain firm. You can say, "I understand you're disappointed, but my decision stands." If your boundaries are minimized, calmly reiterate them. For example, if someone says, "You're being too sensitive," you can reply, "My feelings are valid, and I'm setting this boundary for my well-being." Remember, you're not responsible for other people's reactions to your boundaries. You're only responsible for communicating them clearly and respectfully. Section 8. The freedom of boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about controlling others. It's about taking control of your own life. It's about creating healthy and fulfilling relationships based on mutual respect. When you establish boundaries, you create space for the things that truly matter to you. You have more time, energy, and emotional availability for yourself and your loved ones. Boundaries allow you to engage in activities you enjoy, pursue your passions, and nurture your personal growth. They free you from unnecessary obligations and emotional burdens. Ultimately, boundaries lead to greater peace of mind, self-respect, and healthier relationships. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Section 9. Embracing self-worth. Setting boundaries is a powerful act of self-love and self-respect. It's a declaration that you are worthy of respect, consideration, and healthy relationships. When you honor your boundaries, you send a message to yourself and others that you value your well-being. You demonstrate that you are not willing to compromise your needs for the sake of others. Embrace the freedom that comes with setting boundaries. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. You deserve to live a life that aligns with your values and priorities. Remember, You are worthy of love, respect, and healthy relationships. Never be afraid to set boundaries to protect your well-being. Section 10. Boundaries, your path to peace. Setting boundaries is a journey, not a destination. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery, communication, and growth. Be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress. Remember, boundaries are not selfish. They are essential for your well-being. They allow you to create healthy and fulfilling relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. As you continue to set and enforce your boundaries, you'll find that you attract people who respect and appreciate your authenticity. You'll experience greater peace of mind, self-respect, and joy. Embrace the power of boundaries and embark on the path to a more authentic and fulfilling life. You deserve it. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more helpful videos.